Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another powerful lesson where today we dive deep into unlocking a life changing secret that has the power to elevate your mind, your spirit, and your entire reality. Get ready to shift your perspective, embrace your inner strength, and awaken the limitless potential that's been waiting within you all along. When you find yourself in a situation where he never calls or texts you first, it's easy to feel ignored or uncertain about his feelings. However, it's essential to understand that the way you interpret this situation and the beliefs you hold about it are the driving forces behind your experiences. In fact, your internal state shapes the world around you, and how you choose to feel about this dynamic will determine how it unfolds. If you've been feeling neglected or unimportant, it's time to shift your mindset and take control of your reality. Think about it: if you consistently assume that he isn't interested or won't reach out, your emotions and actions will align with that belief. You may begin to act distant or put up walls, expecting rejection, and this can inadvertently push him further away. On the other hand, if you start to believe that you are someone who is always pursued and valued, this shift in perception will change everything. The truth is, the way you feel about yourself and your worth is reflected in how others interact with you. When you believe you are worthy of being contacted and loved, others will mirror that belief through their actions. To change the dynamic of this relationship, begin to imagine yourself already receiving the attention you desire. Picture him reaching out first, whether it's through a phone call, a thoughtful text, or even a spontaneous message. Feel the excitement and joy that would come with that action and live in the emotion of it. When you immerse yourself in the feeling of being pursued and desired, you begin to send out a signal to the universe that aligns with that reality. The more you nurture this feeling, the more you attract experiences and behaviors that reflect it. You are not waiting for him to act, you are aligning with the feeling of being wanted. And that alignment is what brings the result. The law of assumption plays a crucial role here. When you assume that he will initiate contact, hold that assumption firmly in your heart and start to act as though it is already true. You will notice a shift in how things unfold. If you assume that every time your phone buzzes, it's him reaching out, you start to shift your energy to match that assumption. Your inner world of expectations creates your outer world of experiences, and the more you believe in the outcome you desire, the more likely it is to manifest in reality. Instead of waiting for him to take the first step, empower yourself by focusing on self-love and self-worth. Recognize that you are someone who is worthy of affection, attention, and communication. When you radiate that confidence, others are naturally drawn to you. It's not about waiting for him to make the first move. It's about understanding that you are the one who sets the tone in your relationships. When you take ownership of your energy and self-esteem, you become the magnet that draws others toward you. The right people, including him, will naturally be attracted to your confidence and will want to be a part of your world. Your thoughts and feelings create a powerful energetic field around you. When you start to believe that you are always the one who is called or texted first, that belief becomes your reality. The more you embody the belief that you are someone who is worthy of being contacted, the more others will begin to act in alignment with that belief. Instead of focusing on the absence of communication, focus on the presence of your own self-worth and watch how the universe reflects this back to you. It's essential to recognize that belief and emotion go hand in hand. If you want to change the way he behaves toward you, start by changing the way you feel about yourself and the relationship. When you feel confident and secure, your energy becomes magnetic, and people are naturally drawn to it. By believing that you deserve attention and affection, you'll begin to feel more in control of the situation, and soon enough, the energy you project will be reflected in his actions. Patience and consistency are key when you begin this process of transformation. Don't expect immediate results, but rather trust that the changes you are making internally will eventually manifest in your external world. Even if you don't see any immediate movement in the relationship, continue to believe and feel the emotions of being pursued. The more you align with this feeling, the more you will draw that energy toward you. The outer world is simply a reflection of the inner world. And when you are consistently aligned with your desired outcome, the universe has no choice but to bring that outcome into your life. The bottom line is to stop waiting for him to make the first move and instead take charge of your own energy. Recognize that you are the one who controls your feelings, your beliefs, and your experiences. When you align with the truth of your own worth, the world around you will change. You are the creator of your reality, and by shifting your inner state, you will attract the love and attention you desire. When you find yourself waiting for him to call or text you first, it's easy to feel neglected, uncertain, or even unwanted. It's a situation that can stir up deep feelings of doubt and confusion. You might ask yourself, does he care about me? Am I not important enough for him to make the effort? These questions arise because you're focusing on the lack of action from him. But here's the powerful truth: the key to changing this dynamic lies not in his actions, but in your own inner beliefs and emotional energy. The way you interpret this situation is creating your reality. If you keep telling yourself that he doesn't care enough to reach out, then that belief will become your reality. But what if you shifted your mindset? What if you began to believe that you are deserving of attention, affection, and communication? What if you assume that he's always thinking about you and eager to contact you? That simple shift in belief can create a ripple effect that changes everything. You have the ability to reshape this dynamic by focusing on how you want to feel rather than on what you are currently experiencing. Instead of concentrating on the silence or the lack of texts and calls, focus on the emotions you'd feel if he were reaching out to you, if he were the one initiating contact. Visualize him sending you a thoughtful message, calling you to check in, or expressing his desire to spend time with you. You feel the joy, excitement, and fulfillment that would come with his attention. By fully immersing yourself in the positive emotions associated with being pursued and valued, you begin to draw that experience into your life. You are not waiting for him to act, you are creating the feeling of being desired. And that's what will start to show up in your reality. Every relationship, every interaction is shaped by your inner state. The way you see yourself and the way you believe others should treat you will ultimately influence how they treat you. If you hold the belief that you are worthy of being reached out to, you will start to radiate that energy, and others will naturally mirror it back to you. Your inner world of self-worth and belief in love will guide others in how they respond to you. When you change how you feel about yourself, the universe reflects that back to you through the actions of others, including him. This isn't about manipulating or controlling anyone else's behavior. It's about aligning yourself with the feelings you want to experience in your relationships. It's about assuming the best for yourself. And from that place of deep self-love and confidence, you create a reality where you are always pursued, always valued, and always important. You are the magnet, and the energy you project will draw others toward you. The more you embody this mindset, the more you will see it reflected in the people around you. Imagine for a moment that you're in a relationship where communication flows effortlessly. He reaches out to you because he values your connection, because he thinks about you often, and because he wants to be close to you. The key to manifesting this reality lies in your ability to live in the emotional state of already having it. Instead of focusing on what's missing, start living as if the communication you desire is already a part of your life. Feel the excitement and gratitude for the messages you've already received, for the love you already have. This emotional alignment is what draws the experience to you. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about emotional alignment. When you emotionally align with the feelings of being loved, respected, and pursued, you send out an energetic frequency that will attract those same experiences to you. When you feel confident and secure in yourself, others begin to pick up on that energy, and they respond accordingly. This is why it's crucial to change your internal narrative. Stop telling yourself that you're not worth his time or that he doesn't care enough to reach out. Instead, tell yourself that you are always valued, that you are always worthy of love, and that people are drawn to you because of your energy. The journey toward creating a relationship where communication flows easily and naturally begins with patience and consistency in your beliefs. Understand that change doesn't always happen overnight, and that's okay. The key is to remain aligned with your desired outcome. Every time you start to feel doubt or frustration, gently redirect your thoughts to the feelings of being loved and wanted. When you consistently live in the emotional state of having what you desire, the world around you starts to change, and those desires begin to manifest in your physical reality. When you're caught in a situation where he never calls or texts you first, it's natural to feel confused and disheartened. You might wonder, does he care? Why am I always the one waiting? The silence, the lack of initiative from him, can make you question your worth and leave you feeling unwanted. But here's an important truth: the way you view this situation and the beliefs you hold about it can either create a sense of lack or a powerful opportunity for transformation. What if the answer isn't in his actions at all? What if the answer lies within you? The way you interpret his lack of communication and your feelings toward it have a profound effect on the reality you experience. If you believe that you're not worthy of being pursued or that communication should always follow a specific pattern, you create a mental environment where this belief is reinforced. But imagine what would happen if you started to believe that you are worthy of attention, love, and care. What if you could assume that he is already thinking of you and that communication is always flowing effortlessly between the two of you? This shift in belief could completely change how this relationship unfolds. The truth is, your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. If you continually tell yourself that he is not reaching out because he doesn't care or that he's not interested, your actions, energy, and emotional state will align with that belief. You might pull away emotionally, become distant, or even stop expecting him to reach out. But when you change your internal dialogue, something amazing happens. When you start to believe that you are worthy of being pursued, your energy shifts and you begin to attract the actions and behaviors that reflect this new belief. When you assume that you are someone who is always cherished and valued, you start to draw that reality toward you. The key to transforming your experience is to stop waiting for him to take the first step and instead focus on the energy you're putting out into the world. When you stop giving away your power by waiting for external validation, you begin to take control of your emotional state and your experience. You no longer need his actions to define your worth because you know deep down that you are deserving of love and attention. And that energy will begin to radiate from you. This change doesn't require manipulation or games, it simply requires you to reconnect with your own worth. You can start by creating a mental image of how you want the relationship to look. Imagine him reaching out to you first, sending you thoughtful texts, calling you just to hear your voice, and showing you love and affection. Feel the joy, the excitement, and the warmth of those interactions. By vividly imagining these moments and truly feeling them, you align your emotional state with the reality you want to experience. The more you connect with this feeling, the more it will begin to shape your world. Instead of focusing on the absence of communication, focus on the presence of love, attention, and connection that you know you deserve. Your inner state has a profound influence on your outer world. When you believe that you are deserving of love and communication, that belief starts to become reflected in the actions of others. You begin to naturally emit a frequency of confidence and self-assuredness, and others are drawn to that energy. The key here is to align with the feeling of being loved and pursued. When you truly believe that you deserve attention, that belief will begin to transform the way others act toward you. You will stop seeking validation from him or anyone else, because your confidence will be grounded in your own self-worth. It's also important to recognize that the law of attraction works when you are emotionally aligned with your desires. When you visualize the outcome you want, whether it's him calling or texting you first, And when you truly feel the positive emotions that would come with that action, you begin to match the frequency of that outcome. As you embody these feelings of love, joy, and excitement, your reality will start to shift. You no longer have to wait for him to make the first move. You can trust that your internal state will guide the external world to reflect your desires. Living in the emotional state of already having what you want is a powerful way to create your ideal reality. Instead of focusing on the lack of communication, live as if the communication is already flowing effortlessly. Feel the satisfaction of his attention and affection, and allow yourself to fully experience the emotions that come with being pursued. As you do this, you are energetically preparing yourself for this experience to manifest in your reality. The more you align emotionally with the desired outcome, the faster you will see the changes in the actions of others, including him. Changing your internal beliefs requires patience and consistency. You may not see instant results, but trust that each time you choose to focus on the feelings of being valued and wanted, you are making progress. The key is persistence. Stay connected to the feeling of being pursued, loved, and appreciated, even if it seems like nothing is changing. Over time, as you consistently maintain this emotional alignment, the universe will begin to reflect your beliefs through the actions of others. When you're in a situation where he never calls or texts you first, it's easy to feel confused and unsure about your worth in the relationship. You might start to question his feelings for you and wonder if you're not important enough for him to make the effort. This can bring up emotions of self-doubt and insecurity, which can lead you to feel unappreciated or invisible. But what if I told you that the solution isn't about him changing his behavior? What if the key lies in you? What if you could stop chasing after his attention and instead attract it effortlessly? The truth is, you hold the power to shift the entire dynamic by embracing the fact that you are the magnet, not the chaser. It's easy to fall into the trap of waiting for him to reach out first, thinking that if he truly cared, he would make the effort. However, this mindset is based on the assumption that you need to do something or be something different to earn his attention. The truth is, the right kind of attention will come to you naturally when you stop seeking it. Instead of focusing on the fact that he isn't reaching out, focus on the energy you're putting out into the world. Are you waiting, yearning, or constantly checking your phone, hoping for a message or call? Or are you standing in your power, embracing your own worth, and allowing the universe to bring you the attention and affection you deserve? When you begin to believe that you are someone who is worthy of love, attention, and respect, everything around you shifts. The key to attracting the attention you desire is not in chasing or pursuing him, but in stepping into your own self-worth and power. When you embrace the fact that you are worthy of affection, communication, and love, you begin to exude an energy that naturally draws people toward you. This isn't about being perfect or changing who you are, it's about owning your value and letting others recognize it too. Imagine a situation where you stop anxiously waiting for his messages. Instead, you start living your life fully, doing things that make you happy and focusing on your personal growth. As you become more aligned with your own happiness, you stop seeking validation from him or anyone else. Your energy shifts from a place of lack to a place of abundance. You no longer feel the need to chase after his affection because you are already whole, complete, and worthy on your own. This is when the shift happens. When you stop pursuing, the energy you send out becomes magnetic. You become someone who is naturally desired, and people will be drawn to you not because you're chasing them, but because you are fully engaged in your own life and own worth. The key to changing the dynamics of your relationship lies in understanding that the energy you project influences how others perceive you. If you are constantly seeking someone's attention, you may unintentionally communicate desperation or insecurity. On the other hand, when you focus on living your best life, doing what you love, and embracing your inner strength, you attract the energy of those who are aligned with you. Instead of chasing someone who may not be reciprocating, you become a magnet for those who genuinely see your worth and are eager to give you the attention you deserve. This shift in energy is powerful because it's rooted in confidence, self-respect, and self-love. When you stop feeling the need to prove your worth to anyone, you begin to step into your true power. You are not a beggar for affection, you are a queen or king who understands that love and attention should flow naturally to you. When you fully embody this mindset, others will begin to see you in a different light. The more you live in your power, the more you begin to attract the kind of attention you want without having to chase or convince anyone. By becoming the person who attracts, you also start to create healthier, more balanced relationships. Chasing after someone's affection often leads to power imbalances, where one person is constantly giving and the other is taking. When you stop chasing, you eliminate this imbalance. You allow the relationship to evolve in a natural, organic way, where both people are contributing equally. The energy between you shifts from neediness to mutual respect, and that's where true connection thrives. The idea is to stop viewing yourself as someone who is waiting for a text or call and instead see yourself as someone who is fully engaged in their own life and happiness. The more you live with this mindset, the more your external world will align with it. You'll begin to notice people, including him, reaching out to you on their own, wanting to be part of your life because they see the magnetic energy you radiate. This shift in how you see yourself is what allows you to attract the affection and attention you desire without having to chase it. When you're caught in a situation where you're constantly wondering why he never calls or texts you first, it's easy to get caught in a loop of negative thoughts. You might start questioning yourself, am I not good enough? Am I not worthy of his attention? The silence, the lack of initiative from him can create a deep sense of doubt and insecurity. But here's the crucial thing: the story you're telling yourself in these moments is what shapes your reality. If you're telling yourself a story of inadequacy and rejection, that story will keep playing out. However, what if you could shift the narrative? What if you could start telling yourself a different story, one where you are always valued, always loved, and always pursued? The truth is, you have more control over the situation than you might realize. The story you tell yourself about why he isn't reaching out or how you are being treated affects your emotions, actions, and energy. If you continue telling yourself that you're being ignored or that he doesn't care, you are reinforcing those feelings of neglect. But what if you could start telling a different story, one where you are always loved and always the priority? When you shift the narrative in your mind, everything begins to change. You start to see yourself in a new light, and the world around you starts reflecting that new story. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself that you're not worthy of attention, affection, or love? How many times have you believed the silence means something negative about you? Those thoughts become part of your story, and they affect how you show up in your relationships. If you see yourself as someone who is unworthy of love or affection, that belief can push people away even without you realizing it. However, when you start telling yourself a new story, one where you are always pursued, always valued, and always adored, you begin to shift your energy. And when your energy shifts, everything else around you begins to shift as well. What if you started telling yourself a story where you are always a priority? Imagine shifting your belief to one where you are someone who is constantly being thought of, always cherished, always loved. Instead of focusing on the silence, you focus on the love and connection that already exists in your life. By changing the story, you shift your focus to the positive and start to align with the energy of being loved and desired. This simple change in perspective can have a powerful impact on how you show up in your relationships and how others perceive you. When you shift the story you tell yourself, you begin to radiate confidence, self-worth, and love. People, including him, will start to feel that energy. You stop putting out a vibe of neediness or insecurity, and you start putting out a vibe of abundance. People are naturally attracted to confidence and self-assurance. When you tell yourself that you are worthy of being pursued, you naturally begin to act from a place of empowerment. You stop waiting for his calls and texts because you believe deep down that you deserve love and attention, and that it will come to you effortlessly. This shift in your internal story will begin to reflect externally in your relationships. What you believe about yourself and your relationships is what you experience. If you believe you are worthy of love, respect, and communication, others will start to treat you that way. Your self-belief creates an energy around you that draws people in. When you stop focusing on the things that aren't happening, like him not reaching out, and instead focus on your own worth, you begin to become a magnet for the love and attention you desire. The key here is to take control of your own narrative. Instead of focusing on the silence or the lack of communication, focus on the love and connection you already have with yourself and others. Imagine for a moment that you already have the attention and affection you desire. Visualize him reaching out to you, texting you first, calling you because he can't wait to hear from you. Feel the joy and excitement of that moment and allow those positive emotions to fill your body. By shifting your internal story to one where you are always loved and always prioritized, you begin to manifest that reality in your life. The more you align emotionally with what you want, the more the universe will reflect that back to you. One of the most powerful ways to change your story is by practicing self-love. When you love yourself deeply, you stop relying on others to validate your worth. Instead, you recognize that you are inherently valuable, and that value doesn't depend on anyone else's actions. The moment you begin to tell yourself a story of self-love and self-acceptance, you start to attract relationships that honor and reflect that love. This shift is key because it changes the energy you put out into the world, and people will begin to treat you in the way that aligns with the story you're telling yourself. Telling a new story isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about living those thoughts. It's about feeling the emotions of being loved, cherished, and pursued even before it happens. It's about embodying the belief that you are a priority, and that everyone who enters your life will treat you as such. The more you step into this new narrative, the more your reality will shift to match it. Relationships that were once unfulfilling will begin to reflect your newfound self-worth, and the people around you will respond to the energy you're giving off. When you're faced with the painful reality of waiting for someone to reach out, whether it's a call or a text, and they don't, it can feel like an emotional roller coaster. Each moment of silence makes you question your value, and you may find yourself replaying past interactions, searching for answers. Why hasn't he reached out? Does he even care about me? These are questions that are hard to escape, but what if the answer lies within you? What if the key to changing the situation isn't in the other person's actions, but in your persistence and alignment with your own truth? Often we get so caught up in waiting for someone else to make the first move that we forget the immense power we hold to shape our own reality. Persistence is not just about holding on to hope, but about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the truth of your worth and desires. You have the ability to persist in a way that doesn't come from desperation, but from a place of deep self-assurance. The way you persist, not by chasing, but by aligning with your highest vision of love and connection, is what makes the difference. When you begin to understand that your reality is a reflection of your internal state, you'll realize that persistence is not about forcing or manipulating others. It's about staying true to your own values, your own sense of self-worth, and your belief that you deserve love and attention. Instead of focusing on the lack of communication, focus on how you show up for yourself. Your persistence should be directed inward, toward consistently reminding yourself of the truth of your worth. This internal alignment creates a strong foundation for attracting what you truly desire, without the need for external validation. In the beginning, it may feel challenging to trust that persistence, when directed inward, will yield the results you desire. But here's the thing: alignment is key. When you align your thoughts and emotions with your vision of love and connection, you automatically begin to create the space for that reality to show up. This alignment is not about controlling or manipulating external circumstances. It's about creating an internal atmosphere of love, trust, and certainty. The moment you align your actions with your beliefs, the universe begins to shift in your favor. Your persistence should be rooted in the belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. The more you align with that belief, the more it becomes a part of your reality. This doesn't mean you will never face challenges or doubts, but it means that you will consistently choose to persist in the face of them. Every time you feel a moment of doubt or frustration, you can choose to realign with your highest vision of love and attraction. This consistent alignment will gradually shift your energy and bring about the results you're seeking. When you align your energy with what you desire, you stop pushing against the current and instead flow with it. Instead of focusing on what isn't happening, you focus on what is happening. You're growing, you're evolving, and you're becoming the person who is worthy of the love and attention you crave. As you persist in this alignment, the circumstances of your life naturally begin to reflect this new reality. People will start to notice your energy, your confidence, and the love you radiate. And as a result, they will begin to mirror that energy back to you. Persistence isn't about waiting for the right moment to act or constantly chasing someone's attention. It's about having the inner strength to stay aligned with your truth, even when the outside world doesn't seem to reflect it. When you persist in maintaining your confidence, self-worth, and belief that you deserve love, you begin to become magnetic. The right people will be drawn to your energy. The key is to stop waiting for validation from others and instead focus on being validated by your own beliefs about yourself. Alignment is also about understanding that your desires are already being fulfilled on a deeper level. When you align with your highest self, you trust that everything you want is already in motion, even if you can't see it yet. This sense of trust allows you to let go of the anxiety and impatience that often come with waiting for others to act. You stop needing someone to call or text you first, because you know that everything you desire is on its way to you, and it will arrive in divine timing. The more you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this trust and persistence, the more you become a living embodiment of the love and affection you seek. You stop needing to prove your worth to anyone because you know that your value is inherent, and the world will respond to the energy you put out. The truth is, you are always in the perfect place at the perfect time to receive what you desire. It's your alignment with this truth that allows your dreams to manifest effortlessly.